Alright, let me move some windows around before I start. Oh, baby, I hope this cart works. Like, I hope I can save data on it and then continue from that save data at a later date. Hello, subscribers and future subscribers. I'm KarmaJolt. This game is Dragon Warrior 2, also known as Dragon Quest 2, but I'm playing on the actual North American Nintendo NES System Entertainment System version. So in America, it was called Dragon Warrior because there was some, like, copyright issue with Dragon Quest. It was already taken or something, I don't know. In America, we got Dragon Warrior, but you might know it as Dragon Quest, especially if you're playing, like, the newer versions, like the HD 2D remake. Wayne, Quick Guns, Rogue Effect, Sammy the Tanuki, Dagger, how are you? Let's reset this reps counter and start some Dragon Warrior 2 on the Nintendo NES system. Oh, baby, what should we name our character? Let's begin a new quest in Adventure Log 2. Can I put a space? You know what I'm naming my character. This is the goo, everyone. Greg to the Past, how are you? Hey, I'm playing the remake as we speak. In that case, let's keep speaking, and we'll use fast message speed. Weird thing in the later games, they have you choose a number between, I think, 1 and 8 on how fast you want the your message speed to be. And technically the slowest message speed in, like, Dragon Warrior 3 and 4 are the fastest because they're dependent on how fast you can mash a button. Prologue. Many years ago, a young warrior who was of the line of the great Erdrick came to Alefgard and defeated the dreaded Dragon Lord, restoring peace to the land. For many generations, the descendants of that warrior ruled Alefgard and the surrounding lands, including the kingdom of Moonbrook across the eastern sea from Alefgard, and maybe some other things. There one day, the king and his daughter were talking in a courtyard of the castle when I couldn't read it fast enough. They were probably saying, "We need a bigger courtyard." Suddenly, there was an explosion and everything turned green. "What in the world is happening?" cried the king. Your Majesty, there was an explosion and everything turned green. "Majesty," said the king's guard, "the castle is besieged by the forces of Hargon, the wizard." Hargon is here?" asked the king. "Gosh dang it, not the tank top," says Genevieve B. Welcome in. Spency Cat, I see you as well. It was called Dragon Warrior in America because of a D&D-like board game called Dragon Quest. Sammy the Tanuki, thank you for knowing the deets. How many warriors we dragon? Yo, Gouda Guy, depends on how many shoulder shrugs we can do today. Like it says in the chat, it's double reps. If we get any donations, we'll do some shoulder shrugs. And if I get a $10 donation, you get to pick a spell for me to cast in battle. Of course, that's going to be pretty limited until I get a character that can cast spells and then have that character learn some spells. So, but, you know, offer still stands. Extra cliche, what's going on? Nick DeFrenchie, today it's leg day. Carrie the Awesome said hi. Hey, welcome. That's when you're doing math and you're, like, adding up sums and you're like, okay, carry the 10, carry the awesome. "Hargon is here?" asked the king. Yeah, his name is Hargon, not Har here. "Alas, sire, it is so. Then we must ride forth and do battle, for these castle walls shall not stand." I couldn't read it fast enough. Oh, that guy got crit. "Hargon shall not rule unopposed." Bap! Oh, the king also did a critical hit. That's what that sound effect is. Yo, Nick the Frenchie with the cool €5. Then the king spoke to the princess. "Thy life is in danger, my stepdaughter. Hide thyself now, and whatever happens to me, thou must be strong." "But father," cried the princess. "Hurry!" commanded the king. Hey, Nick DeFrenchie, thank you so much for the cool €5 saying, "Shrug that shoulder." Everyone put le croissant in the chat for Nick DeFrenchie. Dragon Warrior 2 for the Nintendo NES system. That's it, Rogue Effect. Quick Guns, appreciate you. Despite being less present, I'm still one of your fans. Hey, Nathan Frenchie, I know that you've been working hard on those gains, so thanks for showing up when you can. Mr. Nightshade, I love this music. I watched the 90s anime, and all this music are... Yeah, so the anime actually follows the story of Dragon Warrior 3 closer than it does this. But it has a lot of the music from this game. Dragon Warrior 2. Nintendo Fan Club. And Donuts for Show Nuts and Gamer Dude. Let's add 10 to the to-go counter. You know what? Let's make it 11, because those were euros. Oh, someone is new here, it seems, says Wayne. Yes, welcome, NFC. I must go to warn my cousin, the King of Middenhall. Father! Screamed the princess. They are here! Oh, such a brave beauty, the monster mocked her. The king was enraged. Offense increased by 10. Touch her, and thou shalt not survive this day, he challenged the fiend. So, hissed the monster, thou must be the lord of this miserable sand castle. But I think not for long. Bop, bop. Ooh, he's surrounded. They can kind of teleport in, which seems unfair. Then the princess gasped in horror. No, father, no! Glitch Gaming, what's going on? Hey, I finally caught a live. Hi, KJ. You do great work. Love your videos. As a fan of glitches and speedrunning, I love your format. Keep it coming, please. Hey, Glitch Gaming. Appreciate you. I'm probably going to have a trick or two to show off. Maybe even during this stream. Squats. Nick the Frenchie. We're doing shoulder shrugs today. We did leg day. Not yesterday, but the day before. I must reach the King of Middenhall. Something, something, something. Genevieve B with the cool $2 saying, Super Chat won't let me make a pump innuendo. That's okay. I'll get a good pump in, Genevieve B. Hey, thank you so much for the cool $2. Everyone put the pumpy dogs in the chat for Genevieve B. I'm sorry, the puppy dogs. That guy only survived because he got a sneak attack crit in on that demon, and he was still stabbed a little bit. Made his way all the way to Middenhall Castle. Thy wound looks serious. What has happened to thee? Never mind me, I must see the king. I have evil tidings that cannot wait. Sure, we'll let you see the king if you have evil tidings. No, I mean I have a message about evil that's happened. Listen, just get me to the king. I gotta tell him something. King, be careful. This guy might have some evil tidings. Hear me, O king. The army of Hargon, the sorcerer, has sacked Moonbrook Castle, from whence I came. The evil of his magic is great, and I fear he will soon rule all the world, unless a monarch as great as thyself stands against him. He just disappeared there. King takes out his headphones like, what did that guy say? Anyway, the goo, my heir, thou hast heard the tale of this man. I am old, and this task must fall to younger hands. Thy destiny lies on that difficult road, just as it did for Erdrick the Great. Tell your friends he's great. Yeah, Bill Mozart, rip that guy and rip Toriyama. But thou must, says Dark Zoma. I've decided to buy lunch today. Oh, Genevieve B, what's it gonna be? It's him, John Warrior. SNES started with Dragon Quest III. Mr. Nightshade. So, the first Dragon Quest on SNES was Dragon Quest V. Oh, but yeah, some of the earlier ones did get remade for SNES. For Super Famicom, I should say. Genevieve B, you like that joke? Orion68, welcome. Huh? Says Rogue Effect. What? What? Rogue Effect? What? Anyway, enough dumb jokes, for thou art the line of Erdrick, and his doom is thine. Of course, he died a long time ago, and you're still alive. Maybe we should rewrite that prophecy. Anyway, come down the stairs. You don't even have to use the stairs command in this game. Yeah, you'll see in the menu. A huge change from Dragon Warrior 1 to this game, Dragon Warrior 2, is that I no longer have to use the stairs command when I'm trying to use the stairs. I love Nightshade from NES, says Mr. Nightshade. That game looks dope. I played it a little bit, and like, in the 15 minutes that I played it, I probably laughed 100 times.
It is difficult to see thee go, the goo. In fact, I can't really see much of anything because we haven't invented contact lenses. Maybe someone should get on that.
By land and sea and air will thy path lead, and in places I cannot see. Man, no one can see around here. Alright, we're hitting the stairs. Have to go, Karma. Lunch break is over. Have fun. Yo. Sammy the T, thanks for showing up.
Open the treasure chest and prepare for thy journey. Now listen closely, the goo. Seek out worthy companions along thy road. In Cannock and Moonbrook, there are those who are also of Erdrick's line.
Tian, is that you? Because you are jacked. Yo, Nintendo Fan Club? I used to have sunglasses that had like a third eye up here. Karma, NFC is in fact jacked. Good. I would expect nothing less. The limit of my Nightshade knowledge was AVGN's video on it. Orion? My guy, You Can Beat Video Games, made a whole walkthrough for that game that is very thorough. I bought turkey wrap and sun chips. Yo, Genevieve B? That sounds nice.
They will surely help thee to defeat Hargon's dark plot.
Hey, let's search this treasure chest. The goo searched all about. Well, really, he just searched inside this treasure chest. Seeing a treasure chest, the goo opened it, and there the goo discovered the copper sword and earned 50 pieces of gold. I think that's the only treasure chest in the game that has 2 things in it. But look at this, we have a copper sword. We had leather armor equipped already. Remember to equip thyself with weapons and armor when thou obtain such items. Thanks, friend. That guy's an adventurer, so he knows. Excuse me, if thy path leads west of this castle, thou shalt reach the town of Leftwyn. Yeah, if you go left, you'll get to Leftwyn. Leftwyn, maybe, is how you pronounce that. Although it makes me sad, thou must go forth and seek thy destiny. Why does it make you sad that I have work to do? Oh, because she wanted to hang out today. Ah, look at this. I no longer have the door command in my command list like we did in Dragon Warrior 1. Which, maybe you don't know that because maybe you haven't played that game. I haven't played it in a long time. But if you're familiar with Dragon Warrior 1, you'll remember that if you hit the A button to open the menu, you have pretty much all of these commands, but there's also door and stairs. Strawberry wine. Oh my gosh, Genevieve B. This is Middenhall Castle. Yeah, no, I live here. But I actually can't open these doors unless I have a specific key depending on the type of door.
When in need, visit the Houses of Healing.
Or if you don't need, feel free to visit. Also, you can walk on top of these trees in this game. I forget that often. I think last time I played through this game, I just assumed you couldn't walk through these trees, and it was kind of weird for a while. And then I realized, oh yeah, you can walk on top of them. Like, if you don't know that, there are certain NPCs that you're like, how do I go talk to that guy, you know?
One who sets foot open the travel door is...
One who sets foot upon the travel door is transported to a distant place. Is this the travel door? Only 17 pounds lost? Nick DeFrenchie, that's like pretty darn good. Interesting. I wonder if it's possible to get on in a random encounter on this one square. But this travel door shows you like, ooh, there's a distant town. I don't know how I get to that. Doors being locked in an RPG? How shocking and unheard of. I didn't mean to shock you and unheard you, Wayne. In Cannock, there is a young prince, and Moonbrook has a princess. Had a princess, is what he said. Uh-oh. What happened to the princess? Anyway, can't get to those treasures for now. Ooh, there's a pup. Let's pet him. Woof woof. Bork bork.
We deal in tools. What can I offer thee?
Let's buy a medical herb. Why not?
The medical herb, eh? I thank thee.
Blaze up, everybody.
Dost thou need anything else? Good day, then.
I said no. Let's get a level up or two. Actually, you know what? We might be able to make it to Leftwind without dying. There's a small chance I could make it all the way there without dying. Let's do it. 3 slimes appeared, but the slimes did not see thee. I think that's short for did not see the goo. These guys are the real goo. Woo, do the DQ. Yo, Sean R. Yeah, shoutouts to Dairy Queen, not sponsored. Sean R in the chat is the individual who got me into the Dragon Warrior / Quest games. When I was probably in 4th or 5th grade. Two big sluggos and a slime. Big Slug hit me pretty hard here, and I do have the message speed on fast, so it is a little bit hard to keep up with, but like, you see what it's saying, I'm getting hit for damage numbers here. The goo's HP is reduced by the 2. Ah, Undragon Quest. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit whooped here. But I think I can survive this battle, and then use a medical herb, and, oh, and you'll see that when I think just one of my characters is low on HP, the text and text box will change color. Let's use this medical herb, and that pretty much heals me all the way to full, huh? And I'm gonna avoid this swamp, which will damage me if I step on it. I did pick the goo again as my character name. Genevieve B, because this time I can actually put a space in between the and goo. Jericho plays Pokemon. What a coincidence. I also started this today. Hey, Jericho, welcome. Just got in, says Mark S. Thomas. Are you going to check out DQ7 Remake? Oh yeah, that's actually a game I have 0 experience with, so I might. Speaking of experience points, thou hast gained 5 and earned 6 pieces of gold. Wit and courage have served thee well, for the goo has been promoted to the next level. Power increases by 2. Reaction speed increases by 1. Maximum HP increases by 9. That's a big deal. Considering my maximum HP just a second ago was like 28. This could be a problem if I... You know what? I might have to run away here. The goo broke away and ran, and it worked. I'll take a little bit of damage to walk over the swamp there. And we made it to town. How much money do I have? If you want to be safe, you should spend some time grinding levels before you try to get to this town. It's only $6 for a room? Let's do it. Dang, these coincidences. I just started Mario Galaxy, says Quick Guns. How was that a coincidence? What a coincidence. I just started playing FF9 again, says Nick the Frenchie. Alright, that's a coincidence. For sure.
Ah, good morning. I trust thou art well rested. Goodbye.
So, I got lucky and didn't die on my way to town, even though I didn't do any level grinding. I just made it to level 2, but I was able to reach the town of Leftwind, and I have a trick for you here. What you want to do, when you first make it to this town, is buy a bunch of antidote herbs, which cost you 8 gold. But every time you buy something, there's a 1 in 6 chance that this guy will also give you a lottery ticket. So let's see if we get lucky here. We only need a little bit of luck. And it looks like we didn't get any luck this time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sell these lottery tickets. I'm sorry, we're gonna sell these antidote herbs right back to this guy. And then try to get another lottery ticket. So basically what I'm doing here is I am buying antidote herbs until I find a lottery ticket. If I don't get any, I'm gonna sell the antidote herbs right back. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna sell the antidote herbs and any lottery tickets that he might give me right back to this guy. But I didn't get any good luck here. So let's try it one more time. I'm gonna buy antidote herbs. And again, there's a 1 in 6 chance that when you buy an antidote herb, he'll also give you a lottery ticket. And I'm not getting the luck here. I'm not getting the dice roll. Damn. So now I'm gonna sell these antidote herbs right back. And I'm gonna try again. Okay, running out of money here. So let's try one more time. It's not happening. There we go. Okay. So, I bought an antidote herb, and there's a 1 in 6 chance that when you buy something from this shopkeeper, when you buy anything, there's a 1 in 6 chance that he'll give you a lottery ticket. So I'm gonna say I don't need anything else. You can take that lottery ticket and bring it to, I think, someone in a different town to play the lottery game. And there's some cool stuff that you can win with that lottery ticket. But what we're going to do is we're just gonna sell the lottery ticket right back for 53 gold pieces. Which is already more than I started with. Like, I think I had 50... I think I started with like 50 bucks. And now I have 57. And I'm gonna sell back these antidote herbs that I bought. And then I'm just gonna keep trying it again. Because every time you buy an antidote herb, it's 8 pieces of gold. You can sell it back for 6. So you're only losing 2 pieces of gold if you buy an antidote herb and you don't get a lottery ticket. I have 69 gold. But if you buy an antidote herb and you do get a lottery ticket, you can sell it back for 6 bucks, and you can sell the lottery ticket back. You can sell the lottery ticket back for 53 gold. And that's like a huge increase in gold. So like you can just keep doing that over and over until you have a lot of money. So I think the way the math works out is like you have to buy something like, you have to buy something like 26 antidote herbs without getting a lottery ticket before you end up actually losing money on it. Here I accidentally bought a medical herb, but they gave me a lottery ticket, so I got lucky there. Woo, tax evasion is right, Stelio Contos. I cannot carry anymore. Yeah, so let's sell. Shorts voice? Quick guns. You know it, Ping Penguin. Oh, so this dude trades like a Minecraft villager is right, Ping Penguin. Alright, so I'm gonna sell this. I got 2 lottery tickets, huh? I might keep that medical herb. So let's do this for a minute. I've already got 150 bucks. 160, make it. There we go. Okay, we got another lottery ticket. Okay, the music is cute, says Nick the Frenchie. Yeah, this game has a very happy and cheerful soundtrack. But then, like, the serious parts get down to business with the music, so to speak. Okay, so we made, I don't know, $40 to $50 there. $45 gold. And we have a medical herb, which I did not mean to buy. Ping, I think it's the other way around since this came out first. Wait, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, this Minecraft villagers trade like this dude. This is gonna be a short, says Drico. I feel like 1 in 6 isn't accurate. Genevieve, those are the numbers that I looked up on like a... Actually, I might have learned that from You Can Beat Video Games, and that guy's information is generally very thorough. And he probably got it from speedrunners. There we go, got another one. Easy money. And I could buy a Wing of the Wyvern here, which is an item that basically casts the return spell, and it warps you back to a town. Ooh, 2 lottery tickets. Let's sell those. I am taking advantage of this man's promotional marketing here. Okay, so basically what I did was I kept buying antidote herbs until he gave me the lottery ticket with that 1 in 6 chance. Then I would sell back all the antidote herbs and the lottery tickets and try again. And in just a few minutes, I made like 300 bucks here. And now that I have all this money, let's see what we can get from the weapons shop. We deal in weapons and armor. Dost thou wish to see them, bub? Okay, Mac. Okay, pal. What wouldst thou purchase? I could get a magic knife. Let's save up for the chain sickle. I could get a shield. We'll do both. What can you get with that ticket? Oh, it's a scam. Yeah, so with the lottery ticket, you can get something like a magic wand. I think you can also get something like... It might be called the golden ticket. But I think you can get something that gives you discounts at the shops for, like, the rest of the game. Hi, Karma. How you doing? Yo, Michael, I'm doing all right. How are you? Okay, pal. Genevieve, you like my, Dick Gumshoe voice? That's the voice that I use for him when we play, Ace Attorney. Okay, pup. Alright, no lottery tickets there. Sorry if I haven't been around lately. It's okay, I understand you got a life and stuff. Been a minute on Ace Addy. That's true. That's true. We might get back to it someday. Alright, not getting the luck anymore. There it is, okay. We got the luck as soon as I said we weren't getting the luck. And I could be outside fighting enemies to grind money. I think at this point, if I had done that, I maybe could have made, like, 50 gold. So this is a much faster way to make money. Of course, I am not getting experience when I do this, but we'll get some good equipment, then we'll go grind, and it will be much faster when we have better weapons and armor. Oops. But, like, imagine if I was good at menuing and I weren't distracted by all you cool and handsome and funny people in the chat. Yeah, been 3 months of no ace. Genevieve B? We could fix that if you'd like. Alright, I'm buying and selling 4 at a time. I don't know how much I can have in my inventory, but I don't want to win a lottery ticket or buy an antidote herb when I only have 1 item slot left. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Don't want to tear my leg muscles, says Nick the Frenchie. You know, be careful when you're doing those reps. Come on, game. Alright. Alright. Getting unlucky again. Gotta love the Dragon Quest economy, says Marxist Thomas. Precisely. This guy has infinite money to give me. EJ George, what's going on? Wayne, I really am. A good pup, Genevieve B? Damn, okay. It's been, like, 12 in a row without getting a lottery ticket. Man, this game getting stingy with the lottery ticket, says Christopher R. Yes. It'll happen. It'll happen. Maybe this guy is just wise to my plan now. This dude's shareholder's gonna be pissed. Hey, there we go. Alright, let's sell this. I don't know how much the copper sword sells for. I think we need 1 more lottery ticket and we're good. He caught on indeed. But then he forgot. Okay, I'm like not even getting great luck here, and I'm still making good money. But I think, like, 1 more round, we'll probably get a lottery ticket. And then we can start the game. Bro. Good night, Wayne. Hey, thanks for showing up. Well, the game streamlines this, but your character's actually walking out and coming back with a different mustache each time. Yeah, or glasses, EJ George. That's why this guy doesn't recognize me. I thought they patched this out, says Cupid Punch. In in the HD2D remake, maybe? They might have. Are you being serious about that? There we go, we got one. Let's try to get 1 more. Alright, that's fine. Okay. So to summarize, all I did was I bought antidote herbs and then sold them right back. And there's a 1 in 6 chance that when you buy anything from this guy, he'll also give you a lottery ticket, and I also sold those right back. Those are 53 gold when I sell them, so this is a really easy way to make money. Furthermore, anytime you buy an antidote herb for 8 pieces, you can sell it right back. You can sell it right back for 6 pieces, and so you're only losing 2 gold. But now I have enough money to buy the chain sickle, and let's, like, start the game. Oh yeah, the glasses changes when he starts giving out tickets. Yeah, EJ George? He must be a channel member. Alright, so let's purchase the chain sickle here, which is a big upgrade from the copper sword. And we'll equip that. So, to start the game, instead of having 17 offense, I have 22. I guess it's only 5 more, but like, that's a lot. That's a lot in the beginning of the game, considering it's the difference between one-shotting something and not one-shotting something, usually. Dost thou think it was Hargon who attacked Moonbrook and set it aflame? Yeah, no, I do. I saw the intro. Yeah, I think so too. I saw the intro too. Yeah, I saw that intro sequence. The opening with the princess. Like it's, Once Upon a Mattress. Richard Z. This is how economics work, right? Yeah, for sure. Northward lies the castle of Cannock, my friend. Oh wait, that was an old man, not this lady.
I have heard that the heir of our good king has ventured forth to do battle with the evil sorcerer Hargon. What? Thou art the one? Luck be with thee.
I switched their voices. But hey, thanks. Yeah, thank you. There's a dog! This dog has vital information. Bow wow. Welcome to Leftwind. What's this guy doing, you think? Oh, that scared me. And my hiccups are cured. Thank thee, stranger. That's kind of funny. I thought he was peeing on a wall. Or graffitiing it. If thou art poisoned, each step will weaken thee further. That's how poison works. Don't walk. Look for the monolith by the inland sea west of this place. It is by that route alone, that thou shalt reach Moonbrook. Cool. Alright, we have a chain sickle. Let's go do some battles. Sorcerer. Hardly knew her. Quick guns, I got into a battle as soon as I stepped out of town. Didn't even take one step out of the village. They were entering as I was exiting, and they were like, oh, you want to fight? And I'm like, okay, I want to try out my new chain sickle. Thank you for this opportunity, Drakeys. They hit pretty hard, too. 3 damage. Like, that's not a lot, but there's also 3 of them, doing 3 damage each. And I don't have that much HP. Ooh, I didn't one-shot this guy, even though I have a chain sickle. Alright. Literally one battle, I'm gonna go back in and sleep at the inn, which is only 6 gold to rest at the inn. Look at this bed, it's just a white rectangle. And then they have a cylinder for a table, and a stool, not quite the same as a chair. Where's Sears? 1-2 step is right, Genevieve B. How much gold did I get from that battle? 8? Bed costs extra, says Richard Z. Richard Z. Today is definitely one of those days where my mind's not working right, so I'm mispronouncing things, as you may have heard many times already. Probably because you're hitting him with a bunch of popsicles. Yes, that's what the chain sickle is. It's a bunch of popsicles all on one chain. Zachary McKenzie, the Shining Fan, says, play Shining Force. It's been a while. James Lawson, what's going on? I have an irrational hatred for those old-school talk menus. What do you mean? Like I actually have to use the talk command to speak with an NPC? Hey, we leveled up. Power increases by 5? Speaking of which, this man leveled up, so shall I. Let's do some shoulder shrugs. Oh, perfect timing. Taylor V with a cool $2 saying, my son, Mikhailo, was born 6 minutes ago today. Time flies. When you say 6M, do you mean 6 minutes or months? Yo, shoutouts to Taylor V and Mikhailo. Hey, thank you so much for the cool $2. Everyone put a V in the chat. Appreciate you. Let's do 19 shoulder shrugs. How about that? This music goes so hard, Jucifer. That's right. All right. We move in a chair. We angle in the webcam. We're gonna do shoulder shrugs with 20-pound weights. Ready? All right, shoulders back. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Wait, I only needed to do 19. You got an extra. You're welcome. Or thank you, depending. I think they meant months. Reaction speed increases by 2. Maximum HP increases by 3. That rhymes with Genevieve B. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, congrats either way. Hey, Taylor V, appreciate you. We did the reps. So did the goo. And now we're level 3. It almost rhymed. It'd be so funny if he was born 6 minutes ago and he was watching the stream. Sometimes I wish I had a baby, then I look at my bank account. Yeah, Genevieve B. Lexi Wolf, what's going on? We just did 19 shoulder shrugs, and I named the character after you, the goo. Wait. Let's get 90 gold and buy a shield. Sears, I was just talking about you, because this game doesn't have chairs, it has stools. Shoulder strength increased by 3. Glitch gaming? Nah, you gotta work a lot harder to increase your shoulder strength by 1. But it will increase by 3 eventually. Fred Flintstone, welcome back. Yay, Karma. Needed some old school tunes. Alright, so now we are comfortably one-shotting the slugs, and we can do a couple battles before having to go back to town. Yo, iron ants? They're kind of adorable. I can still one-shot them, though. It's a castle thing. Sears? I know about castles. I'm very experienced when it comes to castles. What, do you think I'm a rookie? Damn, I got no excuses then. I gotta work out. Ping Penguin? Love that attitude. No excuses. Every now and then, I will force myself to go jogging, even if I, like, have a migraine, for example. $5 equals 10 shoulder slugs? Nice. Got needles shoved into my spine this morning. Yeah, Lexi Wolf, didn't you say you were having surgery? Kinda didn't expect you today. Maybe they didn't either. Which is why they shoved those needles into your spine. Eek. Never do arm workouts, because my wrists are always bothering me. It's become like a self-feeding cycle. Oh, Ping Penguin. There's gotta be something you can do to reduce the strain on your wrists, or some sort of exercise that doesn't involve the wrists, you know? Yeah, Lexi, how you feeling? Yo, everyone put the wolves in the chat for Lexi Wolf, who gifted 20 memberships yesterday. And killed my biceps. I can still feel it. We were doing curls. To the point where I had to do tricep presses. Because I was like, alright, that's enough curls. I'm alive. Love that. Encounter rate might be increased in the forest? I actually don't know. I think that's a thing in the next game. Could be a thing in this game. Maybe I'll look up some game mechanics. Hey, we leveled up again. Okay, I guess it's relatively easy to level up at the beginning of the game, which is kind of true for most RPGs. But the goo has been promoted to the next level. 5 more power? Hitting like a truck already, and maximum HP by 8. That's such like a raw, no BS level up. Like, I don't need no wisdom or luck or speed. Let me hit harder and tank more hits. I have 15 HP. I should have gone back to town, probably. Because you can easily, I think, get critical hit in this game. I don't know if every enemy can critically hit you, but there are some later in the game that crit often. This is one of those semi-brutal RPGs that, like, the difficulty is kind of BS sometimes, and, like, every battle is, like, a real threat to party wipe you. Like, later in the game, we'll meet enemies that just straight up have the defeat spell, which is a chance to instant kill your entire party, you know? Always felt weird to have multiple enemies. DQ1 only had 1 enemy fights. Fred Flintstone? Yeah, I should talk about that. So, in Dragon Quest 1, you get 1 character. You play as 1 dude. And every single battle in that game is a monster encounter against 1 other enemy. So it's always 1v1 me, noob. Solo me. 1v1 noob. But this game, they're like, wait a second, what if you had multiple party members and you can encounter multiple enemies in the same battle? And they were like, oh, let's do that. The problem is, for a really long time in this game, not for a really long time, but for the beginning of the game, you only have 1 dude and you're fighting multiple enemies every battle. So the odds are against you. Yo, I got an herb! That slug dropped a medical herb, everyone. And if/when you get the defeat spell, it works maybe once. Yes. Ooh, I crit there on the ant. Yeah, no, this is one of those games where it really seems like the instant kill spells, or even the status spells like sleep, work against you way too often. But when you try to use them against your enemies, they're not that effective. Of course, they really only have to work against you like once in order for it to be bad. Yes, catch me outside, Ping Penguin. And in DQ1, you couldn't really overpower enemies by grinding. Yeah, Fred Flintstone, even at maximum level, you're not that much more powerful than, like, the late game enemies. The slug does not have a prescription for those herbs. Sears, how do you know? Oh, 'cause he's dead. Yeah, not anymore. I got this game as a gift from a friend when I lived in New Orleans, Louisiana. So I am having flashbacks to like 2015 of playing this with my roommates. Anyway, we got a treasure chest. I got another medical herb. That's good. Getting one of those for free this early on in the game. Nice. Let's stay at the inn. Then we'll grind enough money to get the shield. And then we'll go north. I forget the actual max level, but it was unlikely. Sorry, everyone. I'm having trouble reading and speaking today. Which obviously means I should change glasses. I forget the actual max level, but it was unlikely that you pass level 23. In Dragon Quest 1, yeah, max is 30 in that game. And I've only ground to level 30 once ever in the original Dragon Quest. No need to apologize. Thank you, Bill Mozart. That's comforting. I feel relief after having seen you said that. Yeah, you're right. I guess I don't need to apologize, but I just feel kind of weird today, you know? You know how it is. I'm sure you know. But yeah, in Dragon Quest 1, you usually are fighting the final boss, aka the Foss, by like level... Yeah, 23 seems right. Although, last time I played it, I realized it's really easy to grind levels in Hawksness. Talking about the original Dragon Quest, the game that the prequel to this. There is a town where you find Erdrick's armor. If you step on a certain panel, you'll fight the Axe Knight. Then you defeat him, and you can search that square for Erdrick's armor. Oh, the legendary armor of the game. But every time you step on that square, the Axe Knight will appear. So you can just fight him, step off, step back on, fight him again. So it actually makes grinding really fast. Tomorrow will be better, says Genevieve B. I think you're right. I think you're right about that. We got a level up. Power increased by 1. Well, I guess he made some really big gains the first few levels, so... But speed increased by 5. That's pretty darn good. Maximum HP increased by 4. What's the best beverage for staying hydrated when level grinding? Glitch gaming? Nothing really beats water. But every now and then I will, I'll drink something unrelated to hydration. Tails Korra. Oh, the NES version of Dragon Quest II. Have you played this one before? It's been a long time. But yes, Tails Korra. Kristen Parrott. Welcome back. Hey, we have enough money to buy the leather shield. Let's do that. Yogurt, says Sears. Yeah, every now and then. A nice Danimals. Treat yourself. Yeah, this shopkeeper, you actually can't speak to him unless you're in front of him. And sometimes he's talking to another customer, so you gotta wait. We deal in weapons and armor. We deal in weapons and armor. Dost thou wish to see them, pal? What wouldst thou purchase? Yeah, let's get a leather shield. Hey, the leather shield is a good choice and many thanks. Can I interest thee in anything else? No. Hey, come again, pal. Alright, so let's equip that. I'm gonna equip the leather shield here. 4 more defense is pretty good. Let's keep the copper sword for now. And we're gonna head north. Coffee, says Rogue Effect. Oh yeah, for a morning stream especially. Is that Moichant Cyan? Sears? Yes, Mr. Thou. The end game is a real dog. Wishing you the best of luck. Tails Korra? I know I've got my work cut out for me, but I've done this before. Who here saw the thumbnail that I drew in MS Paint for this live stream? For this series, hopefully. Depending on whether this game can save properly or not. It looks like it can, because my old save files are still there. Unsweetened iced tea goes dummy, says Ping Penguin. You nailed that thumb, says Rogue Effect. Well, Sabin was confusingly Mr. Thou. Oh yeah, Sears, I guess he does accidentally call Sabin Mr. Thou at one point, and Sabin's like, no, that's him! And then Gao is like, not too late, it's you now. What did I name Gao when we played FF3 last? FF6, I should say. Reminds me, I need to make some more unsweet iced tea. Tails Korra? Yeah, you do. So when we played FF6, Sabin was beef, Cyan was circle. Oh, I think you can do the same thing here. Let's try it. Oops. Well, you know what? I'll keep an antidote herb, because actually, if I get poisoned, it's like pretty much GG. If I don't have an antidote herb. Chomp was it. Yeah, maybe Scratch. Not quite good a guy, it was Chomp. But that sparked my memory. So thank you.
Listen closely. Our prince has studied the ways of magic. Though with heavy armor or weapons he has no skills, and also no riz with the ladies. Still, he seeks to fight evil, which is pretty righteous of him. That's all I gotta say about that, bye!
I saw the sky burning red on the southern horizon. Perhaps it was Moonbrook Castle in flames. At least I hope it was. That place sucks.
What? Why did she say that?
If thou wouldst speak to the prisoners, do so through the barred doors. We got bars, by the way.
Dang it, I had my chance. Psst, I'll tell you a secret. I'll tell thee a secret. There's a silver key that opens doors of silver. Thanks.
What does it matter if people steal things? The world is doomed no matter what happens.
Yeah, might as well commit crimes. This lady is a House of Healing lady. Welcome to the House of Healing. What service dost thou require? Nothing. Good luck, and hey, let's be careful out there. She's right. Can't get whatever that is yet. When you walk into stuff in this game, it doesn't make the bump 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 sound that is iconic to most Dragon Warrior games. That is the chamber of Prince Esgar's sister, Princess Hala. Oh, and I'm just realizing now, the other two characters that you recruit in this game, you don't get to name them, but their names are randomly selected from a table, I think depending on what you name your main character. So I'm pretty sure that if you started up this game and named your main character The Goo, just like I did, spelled the same way with the same capitalization, the Prince of Cannock will be named Esgar, as we are discovering now. Who art thou, a friend of my brother's? Then I'll give thee some advice. My brother has gone searching for the Spring of Bravery, but he travels slowly. Yeah, no, I get it. What's her name? Prince Esgar and Princess Hala. Hala. So I think you have to come here first. I'm actually not sure. Welcome to Cannock Castle. He might not have any experience with heavy weapons or armor, but he can knock you out. I have heard of a cave far to the east in which the Spring of Bravery rises. Welcome, the Goo. Of experience points, the Goo needs 113 to reach the next level. My son Esgar has already left on his journey. Please find him and take him as thy companion. Dost thou wish to save thy deeds in the Imperial Scrolls of Honor? Oh my gosh. I do. That's how you save the game in this game. You talk to kings or, I don't know, the mayor of whatever town you're in. In some towns, you can't save the game, so you have to go back to a previous town. Or to the next one. I forget my Gao name, but cyan is red and Sabin is sauce. Was gonna be juice, but not subtle enough. Honor? Just met her. Yo, Matt S., welcome. Joseph Neal. Love this game. Yo. Love this game series. Hell yeah. Dost thou wish to continue thy quest? Yes. Then farewell and good luck. With my son's help, thou shalt go far. Go far? Hardly knew are. I have 43 HP. A sack full of medical herbs. You can walk over the trees in this game. Let's stay at the inn, then go to the northeast, Tails Korra. Thou shalt not ruin my vibeth, says Genevieve B with a cool $2. Hey, thank you so much. Everyone put the puppies in the chat. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, what a sweetheart. And we'll do 4 shoulder shrugs for that. Good morning. I trust thou art well rested. Goodbye. No bed or chairs or desk in that hotel room there. In that inn. Thou shalt sleep on the floor. Ah, and you can freely walk over the mountains in this game. Ooh, a wild mouse. Not as dangerous as a wild goose. This is a puppy, said Fred Flintstone with the Totodile emoji in the chat. Yeah, in the previous game, when you walk over the mountains, your character kind of stops every few frames to be like, whoa, that's a tough mountain to climb. There's no firmer bed than a stone floor. What about a diamond floor? On the Mohs hardness scale? It's firmer. Okay, and here we encounter some babbles which are super dangerous because they can poison you if they attack you. Oh, they dodged. Unfortunate. Okay. And I didn't one-shot him. I'm getting a little bit of luck here. Like, I got some bad luck, but not terrible luck, so that's a little bit of luck. If you open more than 4 treasure chests, you can keep opening number 5 and it won't empty. Matt S., is that for this game or the previous game? Who is this Mo, and why is he so hard? Sears, it's, I think it's M-O-H is how Mo spells his name, but he's from the streets. That's why he's so hard. Yeah, Matt S., I think you might be talking about a glitch that, that works in Dragon Warrior 1. It's the secret guy. Hey, what's up? Yo, Tony G. Don't tell anyone. Actually, wait. Tell your friends I'm great. Make it less of a secret. I think it works in both? Matt S. I do know that in this game, there are certain treasure chests that when you open them, they will disappear temporarily, like until you leave and come back. So a lot of treasure chests that have consumables in them, like, Medical Herb, or Wing of the Wyvern, or sometimes even just gold, you can leave the dungeon and come back and get those treasure chests again. Which is an okay way to make money, especially if you do that code that turns off random encounters, which I will show you at some point, Lord Toasts. Anything with a weird spelling must be from Australia. Gouda Guy, what's an example? Howdy, but I started rewatching Sonic X. Lord Toasts? I am probably going to use a medical herb before I open this treasure chest. Yo, Big Cobra! More like Solid Snake. I've got 69 gold. Let's replenish some HP by using this medicinal herb, is what it's called in some games. Let's search this treasure chest. I wonder why treasure chests look different in dungeons. I'm just realizing now that they have a different treasure chest sprite for dungeons than they do, like, in Castles and Towns, for example. That was because the original Famicom version used passwords. Because of that, the game never bothered to keep track of chests opened unless they were plot critical. Huh. Tails Korra, so the original version of this game didn't use save files? That's pretty crazy. Where does this take me? 2 wild mice. Aces! For every monster banished and in the graveyard, aces call Deus Mort Arc. Gain 600 attack and defense. That seems like an abusable ability. You changed your shades. I did, Spency Cat. Yeah, I guess I never thought about this before, but this chest sprite is different from the treasure chests that you see in town. That you see in town as well. Let's see what this is. 17 gold. I banished 3 zombie monsters from my graveyard and sacrificed 3 differently named Ace Skull monsters to special summon Ace Skull Deus Mortarch. Attack 42,000 defense, 42,000. You are so buff right now, Aces. AQ, what's going on? Very awesome game is right. You ever finished Zelda Oracle of Seasons and Ages? Yeah, Lexi Wolf, long time ago. Dang it, I got poisoned by this snake. That's okay, we have an antidote herb for it. I technically bought like 30 of those. Yep, both Dragon Quest 1 and 2 used passwords for game saves. Nintendo splurged for battery backups when they published the games in the US. I'm glad they did. Tails Korra, I didn't know that. Requesting Pippin Catio? Lexi Wolf? I actually don't know where they are, which is unusual. If they come by, I'll show them, though. But for now, let's do this. For my friend Sears. So Tekken 8 has customizing characters, and I spent like $3.99 to get a chair? You can fight as a chair fighter? Aces, I was never a Yu-Gi-Oh guy, so I'm actually not really familiar with that game. I'm about to sneeze, hold on. Alright, it went away. After this, though, I gotta get some groceries. Gotta go to the stove, everyone. You really don't have to check all the rooms in this dungeon. Hast thou purified thy body in the Spring of Bravery? No, that is not good. All who seek victory must first visit the Spring of Bravery. Have you done it? Let's see what happens if I say yes. Then all is well. This guy should join my party. He's probably like level 31. The chair DLC lets you take your losses sitting down. Nice. Lexi Wolf, I'll owe you a Pippin Catio. How about that? Yo, these wild mouses? How are they hitting me for 2 damage? They barely have arms. Maybe they have a gun. Hey, speaking of which, we leveled up, everybody. Power increases by 2, reaction speed by 6, HP by 3. Everyone put the wolves in the chat. One big cobra. That's one big cobra. Wasn't the Cobra unit part of Metal Gear at one point? He gave me an antidote herb, which is very convenient. The mice get stronger the more cheese you hide from me, says Gouda Guy. When have I done that, though? Got him. Alright, let's use a medical herb. I actually don't know if this guy up here... There's a guy up here that might heal me to full, so let's talk to him. Alright, one-shotted that guy before he got a chance to move. That's how I like my battles. Then immediately got into another battle one step later. And did the same thing. Okay.
Welcome to the Spring of Bravery. It's really more of a pond, but art thou seeking the Prince of Canuck? Yes, I see. Only moments ago he was here. I think he's going to the Middenhall Castle. I think if I tell him no, this guy will anoint me with the water. I shall anoint thee with this water and wish thee well. This is a wishing well, by the way. You should throw a couple coins in. That's how I make my living. Know that token of Erdrick, is kept by a brave hero. Ah, okay, so he did increase my HP, or he did heal me to full HP there. What's this? Medical herb, but I can't carry anymore. I'll leave it. I gave up the medical herb. Oh, okay, and the treasure chest disappears. So I didn't take the medical herb, but the chest is gone. And by the way, like I was saying earlier, I think that's one of those treasure chests that will respawn if I leave the dungeon and come back. Did Karma just get baptized by a wizard? Yeah, I got bapped. Sears, that's what that's short for, right? What's this random ass wizard doing here? Rogue Effect, he works here. He's doing his job. Seraph Knight says, "Hey Karma, this series always confused me. I always thought Dragon Quest and Dragon Warrior were different games. I beat the first Dragon Warrior, but never any Quest ones." Yeah, in America, they called it Dragon Warrior because of some copyright issue that we were talking about earlier. And then in Japan, it was called Dragon Quest. But then, like, when Dragon Quest VII was published, they were like, whatever, we'll just call it Dragon Quest now. One tip I read says evade works well in this game and to buy shields for everyone. Matt S., do shields give evade in this game? That's something that I have zero knowledge about. This don't look like a Wendy's. Rogue Effect? You must have real nice Wendy's around you because, like, that's what they look like near me. No wolves on the YouTube version, by the way. Wait, what? Oh, okay, I played 8, but really thought it was boring. Oh, I love Dragon Quest 8, actually. Toxic Gamer. Have you, or will you, ever play Wizardry, Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord? I don't know that. You can use names from chat as your party. I'm not even sure anyone even knows about that game. Yeah, no, I've never heard of that. Toxic Gamer. Hey, if they can get the chili right, then whatever. Agreed, Rogue Effect. What's the best beverage to stay hydrated when eating Wendy's? Glitch Gaming? Cheese. Water. Gonna head out for the mall. Yo, Tails Cora, thanks for showing up. Appreciate the knowledge. Karma, remember Wendy's salad bar? No, Sears, I don't. Was that a thing? And when? Genevieve V with the members only emojis. Hey, appreciate you. Classic RPG that was on NES/SNES. Yo, there's a ghost mouse here. I gotta look that up, Toxic Gamer. Wizardry, Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord. Maybe I have seen that, but I didn't know that was the full title of the game. Hey, let's see if the prince came back here. Does she say anything? My brother has gone searching for the Spring of Bravery. Yeah, okay. Then I wish to be left alone. Alright. Or like left to win. I don't know. Aces, I see you. You're not the only one with that power. Members only emojis. Alright, let's save the game here. And continue thy quest. So he's not back in his hometown. I think we gotta go south. It's those old RPGs that had a place you register party mems, like in DQ3. And you dungeon crawl in first person. Oh, like Bard's Tale, for example. Rogue Effect.
Or if you're playing that, if you're playing it with that friend of yours, Svard's Tale. Yes! Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm starting my Doom and Destroy Let's Play. It's very 2015, complete with Flying Spaghetti Monster. Oh my god. I remember that. Is the game audio loud enough, by the way? I meant to ask that an hour ago. That's the full name for Wizardry 1, which ironically was an inspiration for Dragon Quest 1. Interesting. Doom and Destiny. Sorry, I read it wrong. Destoroy if it's Metal Gear. I hear some music. Quick Guns, does that mean it's not loud enough? I'll increase it a little bit. I was playing badminton at lunch with my friends and was so hyper-fixated that I was like, how am I doing this? How are you playing badminton? Well, how were you playing badminton? Were you playing it good, Mitten? Yeah, I'll check it out, Toxic Gamer. Oh, what is that? Look at this handsome fellow with a sword and a shield.
Hail, friend. I am Prince Esgar of Cannock. Art thou my cousin from Middenhall? Ah, it is as I guessed. I'm so frickin' smart. I have been seeking thee so that together we may oppose Hargon. Come, let us go forth. Let me play a little tune first.
Danimals time? Yo, YY, you freaking bet. Let's go. I'll be right back. Let's get a Danimals. Everyone put the Y's in the chat. I'm ready to do a shot, everyone. A shot of Danimals that has some Disney princesses on it. This one is her name Tatiana from The Princess and the Frog? Well, it's kind of hard to see. But she's from New Orleans. YY, you ready? You let me know. I've always believed the first split-screen game ever was Spy vs. Spy on NES. What year is that from, Toxic Gamer? Just Tiana, thank you. Anyway, look at this. We got a new party memb, and now we can party. Doesn't show me what level he is. Strength 4, Agility 4, 31 hit points, and 6 magic power. Tiana, thank you, Genevieve B. He's got a club and leather armor. Oh, he knows the heal spell. Let's see if he can equip this sword, this copper sword. Look at that. 2 more offense over the club. Spy vs. Spy is great. The OST is wild, though. It's just a 10-second track that loops over and over. Mine has Doug the Dog. Hey, YY, cheers. Okay, Jackie J's getting home soon, but let's, at the very least, see what this guy can do. You should try Shadowrun on Sega and Super if you haven't. Some of my favorite games. Seraph, yeah, very different games, actually. The Sega version is very different from the SNES version, but I love the SNES version and played a little bit of the Sega version. kind of pissed. I was supposed to have Zoe all weekend, and her mom was like, no, I'm going to have her stay at my sister's because I couldn't drop everything and pay $40 to Uber to watch her for 45 minutes. What? That's whack, Sears. Alright, let's get this guy a level up. Actually, I might even get him some more equipment. I'm just gonna have him parry for now. She's punishing me. Hate that. I know a lot of people who are like separated from their like ex-spouse, for example. But they still have to co-parent a child. And like at least one of them is really petty. And it's just like constantly like just torturing the other. Like, bro, you got a child involved. At least be mature. If you curse yourself, you get more encounters. Matt S, what? So I feel like you keep giving me advice about a game that is unrelated to this one. Shake your ass. Curse yourself. Bought a ton of extra groceries for Zoe. Now I have to stare at it and be all sad. Sears? I'll come eat them. Hey, look at this. Esgar has been promoted to the next level. I don't think I've ever gotten his name as Esgar. Again, there's like a bank of names that it chooses from semi-randomly. Usually his name is something like Lars or Bran or Orfeo is the one that I like. Anyway, let's head north and save the game. I got her a crab that runs around the house. I wish she could share that with chat somehow. Sears, you bought a crab? Tiana shouldn't be broke in Princess and the Frog. She's friends with Charlotte LeBoeuf. LeBoeuf. And her mom was paid by Big Daddy LeBoeuf to make dresses for his daughter. She's practically being handed money. I see what you're saying, Aces. But then she had a successful restaurant, right? Anyway, let's save the game, and I think I gotta call that a stream, because Jackie J gets home. I'm gonna not continue thy quest, and here's what happens. In that case, return when thou can, for Hargon does not sleep. In order to preserve the Imperial Scrolls of Honor, please hold the rest button in while pushing the power off. That's a thing that you have to do with pretty much any NES cartridge that has a save file on it. You're supposed to hold reset while turning the power off, but they spelled it rest here. Anyway, I'm gonna go rest. Thank you so much. Wait, hold on. Not yet. I have to do these 4 shoulder shrugs. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, baby, with 20-pound weights. All right, everybody, we're gonna hold reset and turn the power off. So thank you so much for watching me play some Dragon Warrior 2. Until next time, Leo Veli, I see you just showing up right now. This is KarmaJolt signing off. Tell your friends I'm great. I'll probably be back later tonight. Nicholas D, oh my gosh, 2 people showed up right at the end.